Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Jerry. Um, so today's topic is going to be a bit controversial. I don't really have a side that I'm picking because I have very clear views from both perspectives. So I'm gonna just get straight into it, man. I'm gonna only speak on what I can personally relate to through my experience. So there ain't gonna be no random opinions on shit I never did before. Okay, now that I got that disclaimer out of the way, uh, I want to get into the conversation about what's going on with women and men in these spaces with the whole high value thing and what a woman should do, etc. I feel like this, man, and I had a different type of family dynamic myself. I was raised by men, but the men weren't my father. It was my uncles, my grandfather, my great great grandfather, uncle. You know, they all came together pretty much and put the manhood down. You know, they gave me what I needed to become a man mentally and to have skills and talents that most men should have, like landscaping, housework, working on cars, things of that nature. So I have like what I would consider the basics down packed. And then, you get more advanced in certificates and making money and things like that. Now, that is what I didn't learn from my family. That is what I taught myself mostly. And, I sought knowledge from teachers and discords and groups and classes and things of that. So I've learned from pretty much, I'm willing to learn from anyone. I don't care if you're 20 years younger than me, 50 years, I don't care what your age is, sex. If you have knowledge that I have not attained, I am willing to be the student. I consider myself a master student. I'm never going to always know what the fuck is going on. So I want to always, keep myself open to learning new things. And I was very, very, very open to when I first learned about the Passport Bros, maybe a year ago, probably two. But I would say really last year I really got like into watching the creators. Like I can't even remember what my YouTube feed used to look like before I started like, looking at all this. What I consider right now, this shit is bullshit. These men do not speak from the lives they live. Some of them do, but a lot of them do not, man. They be repeating information, and it's not just the men, it's the women too on both sides. Everybody has misinformation. They don't have the facts. They just saying how they feel, their opinions and shit like that. And I don't really rock with that because, when they say things about single mothers and shit, my mother got to be a unicorn. I literally watched her do the opposite of what they say single women do as far as women with multiple children and shit. Like, my mother has children. I got younger siblings. I'm the oldest. So from my point of view, I've seen her, she got a house. And then I didn't have to wait for my mother to die to get the house. She got the house and then gave it to me because she knows I'm serious about my life and my path moving forward and what I'm going to do with it. She trusted me to, hold it down for the family. She could have said, fuck me, considering what most men say about women and single mothers and how selfish and shit like that. Women are selfish depending on certain situations. I ain't saying all women are giving like my mother was. I consider myself blessed and lucky to have such a good mother in my life. But, I guess for the average guy, it's probably worse than that. I can't relate, so I'm not going to speak on that. What I will speak on is how I feel about raising myself up in the way men see shit now. I work with guys. I worked with a lot of different people over these last 5 years. And I can say that, most of them would want what they call a traditional woman. But I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas, they don't earn it. And me being in that bracket, I also do not earn that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you pay the cost to be the boss, but niggas is not paying the cost and they still want to be the boss. You can't be a boss if you ain't putting nothing together. You ain't putting nobody on who works for you. How are you a boss? Who works for you? Who do you help? Who do you serve? Because me right now, now that I know so much, I am in the service business. That is what I'm on. And I realized that if you want money, you have to solve a problem. And you only solve a problem by serving someone. It's not like no slave shit or whatever the fuck people want to think. This is, you have a problem, I offer a service. I'm serving you my service to help you with your problem. I scale my business. Now I'm helping multiples of people, and I hire employees to do the servicing. So, that's what I consider a boss. I don't consider a nigga who came up on 5K, 10K, 20K. That's no money, bro. That's not longevity. That's not enough money to make anybody feel comfortable. Like, yeah, you gonna ball for a summer. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have fun for a couple months. But with inflation and the way things are rising in price, the way people's mentalities are, relationships, that's not gonna work, man, long term, man. We didn't grow up in the era of I got a picture, I wish I could throw it on the screen right now, but it was an old clip from like a newspaper where they were selling houses, and the houses was like 7,000, 7406, just crazy cheap. And you say, oh man, I want to buy a house, bro. The cheapest houses I see for what I want to buy are like 150 to 160. This is the cheapest, and I'm not looking at like no shitty ass houses. I'm looking at decent properties. So, some of them even go up as high as to damn near 400,000. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, me buying a house, this shit is heavy. But I'm so blessed to already have one, so I can work with it and try to turn it into an asset so that I can produce income from that property. And, when I move on to the next property, I'll have something cash flowing me, helping me rise up to the next stage and what I want to call my financial ladder. We're going to talk about what I call the financial ladder, because that's what I really want to like put people on with. Right now, most people are at the average level, and really in real world terms, the average level is at the bottom, lower class. So what we want to do is, as men, we want to provide. Now, I ain't saying for everybody. I'm only speaking for myself, but I want to provide for my woman. I want to have a family. Right now, I'm 31. I don't have children. I'm currently single, but I kind of have a situation. I don't really know what to call it. I'm not going to speak on it too much because I really don't know what to call it. But I really didn't have trouble with women. I have women in my life who want to have relationships with me, but they want to have a relationship in a way that I am not ready to have that kind of relationship. Like, I don't want to get married right now. And I had a woman try to, put that on me. And I said to myself, I would be doing her a disservice by wasting her time thinking that I want to get in this type of relationship with her when I really don't. Because in real, true life status, I actually have feelings for another person. And I had to, sit that shit down and like, confess, like, look, man, I think you're cool, but I'm still stuck on something. So I'm trying to, basically, I'm very determined type of person, to where I'm going to work towards what I want, and no matter the cost, because I understand through watching all this content, hypergamy and how women go for the best option. Fine. Nothing's wrong with that. I just want to say, okay, she wants this kind of lifestyle. We had this kind of relationship. But due to my current financial status, which is not very great, I could be doing 1,000 times better, but am I? I'm not. I chose to make a lot of bad decisions in my young life. I chose to be more towards street activity and thinking that the streets were going to like miraculously give me the jackpot of money I needed to, do whatever the fuck I thought I was going to do. I was really just being a young man, and I didn't know better. I didn't have guidance as far as financial. Like, yeah, I knew how to fix a car. Yeah, I know how to work on houses, but do I know how to make money on my own without a job? I didn't at the time, but I do now. So I just want to keep going over this, really, because people just need to really get a middle ground here. Like, we got all these people going back and forth at each other, but they're not realizing the causes. Like it was a lot of single mothers for the last 30 years, so there weren't too many dads. I mean, this is all across the board. I'm not speaking on a specific race. I'm speaking white, black, Hispanic, Asian, all of us. We Americans, we have seen this. A lot of women are single and they don't have fathers in the house, or they have relationships and they don't end up working out between the parents, so the parents end up beefing with each other, and the woman either does something to keep the father away from the child, or the father says something to the state of, I'm not taking care of those kids, so he just totally chalks the relationship and the children included. It goes both ways. It isn't just women and it isn't just men. It's all of us together doing this to each other. So when I was in certain situations in my last relationship, I would notice, like, damn, I fucked up. And she gave me chances. I was able to see something that I don't think most men get to see. And the shit will blow your mind, because I'm going to make a whole video on that alone. But what she did for me, I love her forever. I'm not even going to fold and try to act tough and be on no, women need to do this because I'm that. Man, listen, that woman did something for me that made me love her forever. And I remember seeing a viral clip of a video where they were like, oh, women don't motivate men, I motivate myself. That's true. You have to make yourself a priority, but you can't ignore that women motivate you, because, unless you're a man who does not like women, that's different. I can't speak for those kind of men. I'm a straight male. I love women. I don't plan on being with anything but a woman, naturally born. Not none of that other shit. So, when it comes to the specific woman I'm speaking of right now, I just, I'm going to turn myself up. Like, I'm in mid-process. I already got shit in motion. I'm working on my credit. I'm working out, hitting the gym. My little brother, he does football practice, so I work out with him. And, I'm just trying to advance myself to that next level, because what most men don't understand is there are a lot of women sleeping with a small percentage of men. There's a small percentage of men having and creating all of the children that keep repeating the cycle. There's I think it was like 50 something percent of men don't even have children and they're single. So I'm saying all that because I'm pretty sure there's a woman out there who would be like, oh yeah, I like what you have to offer, but the kind of woman I want doesn't care about what I have to offer. I need to come harder. I need to go harder, because I want to take care of my mother. I want to take care of my sister. If she has children, I want them to be cool. I want my little brother to not have to worry about what he's going to do when he turns 18. He does not have to leave my house. I want the woman that I'm in love with to feel safe and secure, knowing that I'm holding this shit down, knowing that I got her back, knowing that no matter what happens, she can count on me comfortably to handle it, or we can handle it together, instead of just thinking, oh man, I gotta do this on my own because I love him but he doesn't have it, or I gotta step it up and be independent because I can't support both of us and our dreams together. It would have to be one person's dream over the other, and life is short, so that shit's not fair. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really put this shit in perspective for yourself, and then step out of your body and try to see it through other people's shoes. Try to look at it another way. Everybody's so black and white with this shit. It's either niggas is acting like they pimp or something. Like, y'all dudes is basically saying, bitch, bow down, get with the program, etc. You dudes are not even running a program. You go to work every day, you come home, you do drugs, you eat food, you go to sleep, you may fuck, or you probably jack off, and then you fucking do it all over again. Then when the weekend comes, you spend money, you don't invest, you're not resourceful. Man, there's a lot of dudes out here can't even change a tire, man. So when it comes to the issue at hand, I can't sit by and let content like that just explode over and over, and I'm sitting here watching the shit, I fell into the trap thinking like, oh yeah, this is man, look, man, I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people not gonna want to tell you. Women are globally like this. Hypergamy is a global thing. It's not just the American thing. So I'm not saying getting a passport and leaving the country is wrong, because I definitely plan on traveling. I have a bucket list of places I want to see because of islands and, you know, beaches, tourism, whatever. You know, I just see the pretty ass shit. I want to be there in person. I'm very in tune with the nature. I love hiking. That's a personal hobby of mine. So when it comes to, you know, the jungles of Bali and the beaches of Thailand and shit like that, I want to see that in person. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the pink sand. I want to see the black sand. But I'm not going over there to have no goddamn relationship, bro. I don't see myself trying to leave my culture to assimilate myself into another culture, because I don't relate, man. Like, I'm not attracted to white women, and it's nothing to say that white women aren't attractive. The history too deep for me, and I've never had a good situation where I met a cool enough white girl that I said, damn, I really fuck with her. That never happened to me. I've always been attracted to Spanish women. I've always been attracted to Asian women. I just don't meet them on a day-to-day basis. My life really centers around black people. I'm around black people most of the time, every time I go, even when I'm in the suburbs and I go to Solon or Macedonia, I'm around black people. I still see white people sprinkled everywhere, but I'm around black people most of the time. So due to my personal feelings and just how I feel, I'm pro-black as fuck, and I can't see myself really having a baby that's mixed with a person that's not black. Like, you could be mixed, you could be white and black, you could be Spanish and black, Asian and black, but you gotta be black. Like, that's just the end of that. So I know I'm running off a little bit. I'm starting off new, you know. I'm trying to figure out a way to structure my videos so they won't be so damn long, because it really just sounds like I'm ranting. But it's your boy Big Jerry, man. I got a new laptop coming in, so I'm gonna be editing my videos in the future, probably putting words in there so, you know, people can read along without the volume being up, etc. I really want to offer some good content to everyone and give a good insight for both sides, not just, you know what I'm saying, I'm not on no woman hating shit. I'm not on no trying to put a man in his place shit. I'm just trying to tell motherfuckers, bro, step out your shoes and be fair. If you a person who just doesn't care and you just fuck all this shit, I'll knock all this shit over, then, you know, do that shit somewhere else. Over here, man, we cordial, we keeping it peaceful, we keeping it structured, we keeping it disciplined, man. And that's just how we gonna move forward. So I appreciate anybody who tuned in, and, you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna be posting daily, and I'm gonna keep posting daily.